Well, it's a great homecoming, day. Just, great crowd. It was a beautiful day. I thought we played extremely well. Probably the most complete game that we've played, thus far. And just, a good time to be playing that way, and hopefully we'll continue to play that way. But, take my hat off to our fans. And, homecoming is always a special day for us. We got so many, great alumni, and they, if they keep making it back to every game, they make it a point to get back to that one. So we had a great crowd, and just, thought the day was just on point. I thought we played with great energy, for 4 quarters and played a complete game. So you've seen a lot of things that just came together. Our defense continues to play well, and you hold people under almost under 50 yards rushing, for the day, and I think 231 overall total. So just a great day there. Was able to get pressure and create a couple turnovers, and just kicking game wise, I thought we kicked the ball well. Our coverage units were probably the best that they've been, and just punted the ball well too. And then offensively, the difference is a tell of 2 weeks. You're 6 for 6 in the red zone, and everybody's happy today. And you was really 1 for 6 the week before. So it's a matter of, and that's everybody. I said that last week at any level. It's about getting the ball in the end zone, and defensively, it's about getting off the field on third downs, and we've been great at that. And it's about stopping people in the red zone, and we do a really good job of that. I think the defense got ranked number 1 in the nation this week, and that's a great pat on the back for our defense. And and then offensively, it's about converting on third downs, continuing to move the chains, and cashing in once you get down there. And we've left a lot of points on the field this year. Getting in the red zone, not scoring. And Saturday we were very, very good in the red zone. And I think all these guys sitting up here with me today played extremely well as far as our whole team. And I thought we seen the fruits of, I said that after the game, the fruits of labor come through. I mean, I've been saying for the past 3 weeks since the bye week that we'd had great weeks of practice, and you finally seen that all come together. And just we're hard to handle when we play that way, and we just got to continue to do that. We you move on in OVC, and it seems like a broken record, but you say it every week. You're going to play another good team, and I take my hat off to EIU. We beat a good team. Handily beat a good team. They had a good team coming in, and easily could have been undefeated in the conference, and really played well to beat them as bad as we beat them. And you move on to SEMO, that you look at them, they've been in every game. I like the way their team plays. They play hard, they play tough, they play physical football, and they've lost their share of close games, and they've won some close games. And like I said, it'll be a tough task going out there and playing, but I think we'll have another good week of practice and hopefully go on the road and play well.
John, just tell us a little bit about Southeast Missouri, what they do. And
well, a talented team. I mean, offensively, they got a transfer quarterback they're playing. I thought the guy that was a conference, freshman player of the year really, was a good player. And this guy's beat him out. He's very, very accurate. He was like 20 for 24 last week. They got a receiver. They lost a great receiver last year, and they got another one back. This guy was all-conference player as a freshman, and he's a good football player. They got 2 running backs. It's really good. They get after you up front, offensive line wise. So, maybe not the most talented team up front in the trenches, but they get after you and they play hard and they do a good job of blocking you. And then, defensively they're solid. Our head coach is a defensive guy, and they do a good job of taking things away from you. So they scheme you up some, and they play good. The thing I've enjoyed about watching their team play, the last couple of years is they're a fundamental team, and they coach fundamentals. They block and tackle well, and they're always in the right place. So you have to go beat them, and that's what we got to do a good job of. I think both sides of the ball, we got to, just tackle well, and we got to block well offensively and execute. And coming off a game where we didn't turn it over any Saturday, is continue to do that, get takeaways defensively, and not turn it over offensively. And I think everything kind of takes care of itself from that point on.
pretty nice turnaround. We were talking about the kicker struggles last week. This week he's the OVC specialist of the week.
Well, these guys will tell you, they was hollering at him, screaming at him on Wednesday, throwing stuff at him. We had a little competition after practice, and he went 5 for 5 on Wednesday, and so we let the two battle it out on Wednesday and put a pressure on them, and with the whole team sitting right there hollering at you, inches away from you, he goes 5 for 5 and nails them. So somebody asked me on Thursday, said, "Hey, we're going to do that again." I said, "Nope, he's 5 for 5. We're going in Saturday with that confidence." So he did good. Cade's, both of those guys have got ability. We've seen it before, but it's kind of like anything else. It's like a batter in a slump, or that you just got to get your confidence down pat. And that part of that deal is they're gifted athletically to do it. It's mental, and I think they solved the mental deal. And Cade had a good day, and I thought all our kickers and punters did. I thought Dean had a really good day punting the football. I thought Connor kicked the ball off really well. I think he had 3 touchbacks on the day, and I thought Cade punted the ball well. He's our backed up punter when we're backed up against our own end zone, and he did a good job getting the ball out there as well.
You hear stories in the NFL about coaches will say, well, if the kicker makes 5 kicks in a row, practice is over 20 minutes or whatever.
These guys be trying to get me to do that. I don't know.
Is doing what you did Wednesday with the team all around, is that the best you can do to simulate what?
I think so. And really, when they kind of push each other, and I think we need to do more of that. We've not done some of that in a while. And, these guys, want them to do well. They want to, when we get down in the, red zone, they want points, and we'd rather have touchdowns, but we want points. And like I said, it's good to see those guys do that. And there's a big part of that. I mean, the snap's got to be there, the holes got to be there, and just been all our kickers. There's been some hold problems, there's been some snap problems. It all kind of works together, kind of like offense, defense. I mean, if Darius here, he gets out of his gap on defense, it costs everybody. If Eli makes a wrong read, it's the play's not successful. So it takes everybody. It's all we've had some block problems too. So I mean, it's a lot of things have got to go right on that field goal. Not outside of just kicking the ball. But I thought we did a good job of all that on Saturday.
John, I got a two-parter for you. I know it's still a month away before the playoffs are set, but the playoff committee is coming out with its first rankings on Thursday. So what's your curiosity level on what they come up with? The other part of that one, are you a voter on the coaches poll, and what's the process you go through if you are?
First part of the question, we play SEMO on Saturday, and they got a really good football team, and we got a tough road trip, and all that committee stuff, and first year ever they're gonna come out with the rankings on I think this Wednesday or Thursday, and post them for the next 3 weeks. Don't really matter. If we don't win the game in front of us, all that's for naught. All the work we've done up until this point is for naught. Our guys know that we take it one game at a time, and you can't stump your toe. I mean, you see guys that you've seen teams before that were in that's why we played Chattanooga in the second round last year. I mean, they were going to be in the top 8 seeds, and they stumped their toe in their conference, and you can't you don't know what happened in that game. You don't know if they was looking ahead or whatever it was, but they lost a road game. Really that they should have won, and it made them have to play the first round. It matched them up with us in the second round. So you got to take care of business, this week, and then we'll move on to next week. We got 3 really good teams left to play. I think SEMO's as good as they've been in a while. I think Murray's better than they've been in a long time. And I think Martin may be the the best team in the conference outside of ourselves. So you got 3 tough games left, and you got to take that one day at a time, one step at a time. So we got a work cut out for us. But it is going to be kind of interesting, I think, from a media standpoint and a fan standpoint. I'm glad they're releasing it so everybody kind of sees where everybody's at, and so that'll peak the. I think that's a good thing for the playoffs in general. Of releasing it, because it only gives more pub to it and puts more attention to it. I thought, for a long time that would help, draw attention to the FCS playoffs by releasing it early. So I'm glad the committee is releasing it early. Okay. Second part of that question. We vote every Sunday, so that's I get a little help from the inside on that deal, and it's pretty clear cut who's where. I think votes fall right in line across the country, so that's not a hard job on the voting part of it.
This question's for all of you, just to get away from football a little bit. In the spirit of Halloween, what was your favorite childhood costume you ever wore? Just start on the far end and come down.
I was dressed as a cowboy because I had my cowboy hat from Frisco and I didn't have a uniform, so I just dressed as a cowboy. So.
How about when you were little? Did you drive? I'm interested in that.
Oh, when I was little.
Kenya, did y'all celebrate Halloween?
No, we didn't celebrate Halloween in Kenya. So I just started to. I came over here in the States.
We're gonna let you dress up tonight. How about that?
It sounds good.
I had to say my favorite costume would have to be a firefighter or a Superman. I think I did firefighter probably 3 times growing up, and that's what I wanted to be when I was younger, but I had to change it up and start playing football.
I think my favorite costume probably was a ghost. Just get a sheet, cut the eyes out, throw it over my head. We was cheap, so we had to make it work.
To be honest, I think I stopped dressing when I was like 5 years old. I was just more, I just wanted the candy. So I probably throw on like a practice jersey or something, say I'm a basketball player. But I think I did see, when I was a picture when I was like 4 years old, I think I was a lion. And that was a pretty good costume.
All right, Coach Cross, you don't get out of this question.
We didn't trick or treat where I grew up. I grew up on a dirt road. There wasn't many places to trick or treat, so I don't remember dressing up much as a kid.
Josh, if you will, the FCS record, consecutive games with a catch, something nobody in the FCS before Saturday's ever done. What does that kind of mean to you? And then Eli and Coach, I'd like for you to kind of touch on that too.
I mean, first of all, it's a blessing. 46 games. That's really just a credit to coaching staff and my teammates for actually playing 40-some games. Because I know it's teams out there who don't even make it, to play 40-some games their whole career at college. So I mean, that's just a blessing overall. And second of all, I just got to give credit to Eli and Coach Gross just giving me the opportunity. Without them and the O-line, none of it would be possible. So really, all the credit just goes to my teammates and my coaches for it.
Yeah, I'm just proud of him. I'm glad to see him, getting all these accolades and stuff, and just different records and stuff because he deserved it. He come to practice hard and just to let everybody else know that he's doing something right. I'm just proud of him. I'm just proud of him.
Means I'm getting older. I've been watching him play a long time. It's been pretty special though, to get to coach these guys and watch what they do on a daily basis, and that's an impressive record. Just to be able to play in that many games, as Josh said, and to have that many catches. A catch in every one of those games. So he never ceases to amaze us in how he gets open and the way he catches the ball. But he's a do your job guy, and he does that like Eli said, just every day, and it's a pleasure to watch that. In practice, and then turn around and you watch, and they do the same thing on Saturdays, and they've been throwing it around a long time and got a ways more to go.
And the other thing I have defensively for all three of you guys too, you mentioned you were #1 in total defense. They're also first in the nation in third down percentage defense, which has kind of been the trend since you and your staff have been here. You kind of talk about that and the importance of that, and the guys, if y'all can talk about, how do things change when you get to third down? Is there something special about third down for you guys?
Well, I think it's big. We talk a lot about third down. Spend a lot of times, working on third down, even in spring training and fall camp. But I think #1 it starts. Our staff does a good job of scheming folks up on third down. And one, it's not only just third down. It's getting them to third down, and we do a good job, I think, defensively of getting people in third and long situations. And you get people in third, you have to play a lot of third and longs. It's tough sledding, especially against our defense. And I think it's a big thing for them to get ranked where they are. I think they deserve it, and they've done a great job continue to do a great job of getting off the field on third downs and red zone defense. So it's a big thing, and I think we commit to stopping the run, and we've been able to hold folks, around that 50-yard mark, under 100, for most of the year, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to do that. But it takes everybody. I think these two front guys will tell you everybody does a good job of fitting their piece of the puzzle. And we're so deep right now, we're getting to play a lot of folks over there, so our guys don't get tired. And like I said, it's fun to watch them play.
Getting out the field on third down. Our defense really strives on applying pressure from every angle, locking down on DBs and safeties, locking down, making sure we have enough time to get to the quarterback is really a good sight to see on Saturday.
Mine is just like what Darius said, just like people doing their jobs, D-line rushing, quarterbacks giving good coverages. And also, Coach Blackwell puts us in a good position. Like, we get the right calls to play the right third down, so we need.
Keegan Hill, what's the latest on him?
Went to see Keegan yesterday. He's had a couple of tough weeks. He was doing really good 2 weeks ago. Thought he was progressing, ready to go to a rehab facility, and just took a turn for the backed up a couple steps. He had to do another surgery, last Monday, and that didn't go as good as the last one. He's not responding as well, so it kind of a question mark right now, kind of what's going on. So just got to keep praying and hoping he makes a turnaround and it starts going back the right direction. It's appreciate all the prayers and support that we had a lot of people that have reached out, a lot of churches reached out, a lot of prayer there. Those parents are under a lot of stress right now. We've been there 80 days and it's kind of like a roller coaster. It'll be really good and it'll get worse. So all we can do right now is pray, but I appreciate you asking.
This one's for Eli. When I was on the sidelines Saturday and saw Bryant Horn get his first touchdown as a quarterback, and on the offensive side of the ball, he's now got an offensive stat other than a tackle and special teams. You were one of the first ones who hit a dead sprint across the field. I saw you on the far side. As soon as he scored, your hands went up and you did a dead sprint towards him. What was that like to see a guy who's worked so hard under you, and even on special teams worked hard to finally get his first touchdown?
Oh yeah, it was great to see. He threw a touchdown. And just to see him run it in, it was a proud moment for me, because I see him at practice running and stuff, and I always be like, man, Horn gonna get him one sooner or later. Horn gonna get him one. Then he pulled one before, and he got tackled. He ran a guy over, got tackled. Then the next play, I was like, he finna get in the end zone. And as soon as I seen him pull it, he got in the end zone, and I was just so happy. I just took off to congratulate him, cause just like JB, he worked hard. He give me a run for my money every day at practice. He's a great passer, great runner, and I can't wait to see him play some more. He's gonna be a good quarterback, and so that just to see him get in that end zone, it was like my son getting in the end zone.
It was pretty funny. I tell you this. So we're trying to decide, when to pull Eli, when to put Horn in. So, the series before we left him in, he really was going to take him out at the start of that series. When we got the fourth down conversion, we took him out, put Horn in, and the start of that series was going to put him in. So we had to kick off, before that. So we was talking about it, and they said, well, we can get Horn warming up, and they was like, where's Horn at? I said, well, wait a minute. He's got to go on kickoff first. He warm up after he goes on kickoff. Somebody grabbed him like he's going to go, what? Nah, you go on kickoff before you go warm up. So not a lot of quarterbacks do that for sure.
Josh, the touchdown you had, flipping over the wall and rolling up the hill and then standing on the wall, was all that off the cuff? Was that just something in the moment?
No, after I caught the ball, my first thought, I thought the RTC guys was gonna grab me or stop me, but when they opened up, then I knew it was just me and that brick wall. So it was either stop myself, but I'm having a little problem with my hand right now, so I just decided just to jump over the wall, but then I seen I wasn't going to clear it, so I just decided to flip. And then I was standing on the wall, I just had to make sure I scored a touchdown if I went through all that. So.
Are you aware that certain of your teammates said you really didn't need to go through all that you were just showing off?
I mean,
Not to mention anybody's name.
I ain't say that. Just I think he coming at me with it, but I ain't say it. I might have said it.
I mean, because I know once I called it, I just had to make sure I got my feet in bounds. And then after that, I felt like a little slight nudge. No, I thought he pushed me, but I mean, he really didn't. He was just making a play on the ball. And so, like I said, once the all TC guys moved out the way, I knew I didn't have no shot with that wall. So I just decided to go over top of it.
So you thought they was gonna catch you?
I really thought they was gonna catch me. But I mean, they held me down off the wall, so I guess that helped out.